Perfect fits. I want you guys to give me 2 players who you think would be great fits on each team, or a team of your choosing, not your favorite team, though.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with Jenna, and she's going to the board.
All right. So first up, we have a little controversial. Not everyone will agree with this one, but I have JJ going to the Giants. The Giants need a quarterback. I can see him trading up. I think it's more realistic than people think. Giants front office already said, hey, it's okay. You can trade up. You can get a quarterback. So I can see that happening for sure. JJ is so young. Like, this guy, I think he just turned 21. He's so young. And so him going in, he's a great overall, all-around quarterback. He can do everything. And I think he's the perfect to start over. I don't think Daniel Jones is the guy. So moving on, Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Cardinals. One of his old teammates at Ohio State pretty much leaked that this is where he wants to go. So people kind of have an idea Marvin Harrison wants to go here. It makes the most sense based on how the draft order lines up this year with quarterbacks all going in those, top 3 places. So I think it makes most sense for him to go here. He's going to be great for Kyler Murray. And I think everyone, this kid went to St. Joe's Prep in Philly. That school is insane. He's been dominant from the jump. So I see him going here.
I don't know if it's controversial, but I hate the Marvin Harrison to Arizona thing. I hate
Why?
it.
I don't have.
Well, I personally, wherever he goes, he's fine. Wherever JJ McCarthy goes, it's gonna completely change his whole career.
That's just not a.
Unless he goes to a complete offense, everyone's going to realize that kid is not as good as everyone thinks he is.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
I'm not
JJ McCarthy. I don't think
much.
I know when he was at Michigan, they ran the ball a ton, so people question how he is with passing, but I like him, and I want to see what he can do.
I want to see what he can do.
And I think giving him the shot, okay, this could be your franchise guy. Let him have it. I want to see it. He was so successful with Michigan, so I want to see it unfold in the NFL.
I get it.
All right,
Next
on to you, Sophia.
Mine.
What picks do you have?
So first, I have Joe Alt going to the Tennessee Titans. I am so excited. Well, wherever Joe Alt would go, I would be excited for, because I just am amazed by the type of tackle that he is. He's the best tackle in the draft. He's 6'8" and 322 pounds. You would think he wouldn't move. Oh, he moves. He is also one of the fastest. So I'm just excited to see. Hopefully Will Levis will be healthy and be able to be the Titans QB, because he'll protect him nicely. He'll fit in with this team, and I'm really excited to see what he can do. I think he could be a franchise tackle for this team. I can't see his NFL career going wrong, but if it does, who knows? But I'm really confident in Joe Alt. And then my next kind of goes against what you just said. I think Malik Neighbors is going to go for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not dissing Marvin Harrison Jr. and his talent, what he's did in his 2023 season, what he's just done his entire college career. But I just think that Malik Neighbors I just think he's a better wide receiver. And I also think that it didn't help that Marvin Harrison didn't go to the press conference for the combine, which I just think, because he said he didn't have anything to prove, so he didn't feel the need to go. That, I just don't think that's really what this is all about. It's not really a team player of him. That didn't really help from a coach's perspective. But looking besides that, Malik Neighbors is just a great wide receiver. He's really up there. He's fought for his spot. He's fought for his reputation. And I think Marvin Harrison will go next, and I'm confident he's going to be high up. He'll be the second wide receiver. But, yeah, I've got Malik Neighbors going to the Cardinals.
Okay,
I do agree with Joe Alt, 100%.
I like Joe Alt. I like Joe Alt.
Yeah, no one likes Malik Neighbors.
But we gotta talk about this Malik Neighbors.
I'm not letting that slide.
I love Malik Neighbors.
I love Malik Neighbors too. I have him going to the Chargers, but
I love him too, but
he's not better than Marvin.
I think he's better than Marvin.
On any planet, he's not better than Marvin. I'm sorry, but let me rephrase. I don't like a receiver going to the Arizona Cardinals at all, because they need way too much. They need way too much, and it doesn't make sense to get a receiver. You're going to get a receiver to what? Make the playoffs as a 6th, maybe 7th seed?
So who do you think Arizona should? Do you think they could?
They could go edge. They can go
line.
They could go corner. They could go anything else but wide receiver.
They should. Well, corner is good because there's a lot of really talented corners in this draft. So I see that, and then it'd be nice to get a corner to get drafted higher up, because right now other teams don't need that.
Even if
So
you trade it back to go for Turner, like me personally,
I was
would
going to
draft
say I
Edge.
could see them
would draft
trading
Edge.
back maybe because they don't need.
They don't need.
yeah,
it.
I'm
Exactly.
the only person that I've talked to who thinks Malik Neighbors is better than Marvin Harrison Jr. I get
Sorry
it.
about that.
No, that's you know
sorry.
what I like that you're different.
I
love
do,
it.
and I just do think he's better than him. So that's all. But I'm glad you like the Joe Alt pick.
Love the Joel.
Watching him
100%
play
agree.
in like real life.
Yeah. Wait,
so
you saw him in
insane.
real life?
I went to the Navy Notre Dame game last year in
fire.
Baltimore, and it was awesome.
That's immaculate. Okay, well, it's your turn.
All right,
Give us-
Kylee.
give us your picks now.
Okay,
It's your
so
turn.
I have two different teams that need quarterbacks right now. So if you have watched any other episodes that I have been on where I've talked about football, 95% of the time I've brought up Jaden Daniels, my favorite player in the draft this year, bottom line. The Commanders need a quarterback, and they need a franchise quarterback. There are plenty of guys getting drafted this year that are quarterbacks but are not franchise quarterbacks. And I think what this player has gone through, the team that he played for, and Notre Dame fan, I will admit, the coach that he played for is going to absolutely take him so much farther in the NFL than some of these other quarterbacks that, might have had to work a little bit harder to do everything for their team. He had a team behind him the whole time. Did amazing things for himself, but at the same time, I cannot wait to see where he gets drafted, which kind of brings me to my next pick because the Commanders have the pick before the Patriots, but the Patriots also need a quarterback. So now, I know you mentioned him
It's Drake,
earlier.
man. He's just not going to be good.
I don't think he's going to be great,
Right.
but the Patriots need a quarterback. They have that, third round pick. He's the third quarterback.
Yeah.
So unless they switch it up on us or something happens, this is who they're picking. They technically need a quarterback. He has a lot to learn still. I mean, the Patriots have a lot of work to be done in general, but for someone that has a lot to learn still, with a team that's still rebuilding, filling in other positions, this could be beneficial for him because, they're not basing the team around him because he just doesn't have the potential to be a franchise quarterback, but he has the potential to help his team and, possibly be a backup, whatever they really need.
Yeah, my issue with Drake May though is that I just don't think he has that what Caleb Williams, what Jane Daniels, and even I would argue what JJ McCarthy has. I don't know. I think being like a Zach
JJ McCarthy
Wilson.
also does not have.
No, that's
But
the
continue.
thing. He's going way above J.J. McCarthy right now, and if the Patriots really need a
Correct.
quarterback, that's who you're taking.
He has the size. He's a huge
He's
guy.
huge.
You can build a team around him. He can withstand hits, and also he wasn't as productive in 2023, like you mentioned, but neither was Caleb Williams.
Exactly.
So I think you do gotta
Caleb
give
Williams
him a
was on
fair
a hot
shot.
streak and then came right back
Yeah.
down. So for all you know, he could go to an NFL team next year and be surrounded by some different level of play and surprise all of us.
Maybe I don't know if I'm hating more on Drake May or if I'm hating more on the Patriots. Not
Yeah.
your
That's
pick.
what I was gonna
I'm
say.
saying it's not your
Yeah.
pick.
Oh, I
I'm
absolutely
saying,
hate the Patriots, but they need what they need.
maybe I just see.
I agree. I have him going there.
Drake May going. I agree. He probably will go there, but I don't think it's the best thing for him because, like you said, he's got a lot to learn, and so do the Patriots. Who are two people trying to learn off each other? You're going to learn off a QB who's never been in the league before.
Would
And
you
a new
entertain?
coach.
Would you entertain the Patriots selecting a wide receiver, tanking, and maybe drafting a quarterback like Shedeur next year?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean
Instead
that
of Drake
gives
May.
that
Just a
college
thought.
player a whole other year of figuring out what's gonna be best for them.
It's just a thought.
That would be smart, but knowing the NFL and knowing football like that, I just feel like they're too worried about coming in this season. Their
You're right.
last season was just so bad
You're right.
that it's kind of like the Panthers were literally so bad that they're people wanted to just get rid of them.
Patriots, yep.
They literally didn't want them. So that's why I'm kind of just I don't know if they can afford another year, taking another year.
I get what you're saying.
As
That
for
makes sense.
Jaden Daniels, though, I really do like your pick. I also have him going to the Commanders, and some
I'm like
people
his
don't.
biggest
Some people
fan,
have
I
it
think.
kind of switched. But I think he reminds me a lot like Lamar Jackson. So
Okay.
dual threat kind of.
I guess it's my turn now for my picks. So maybe I should enter the board.
All right, Derrick.
I thought my picks were pretty solid. I do
Okay.
have Malik Neighbors, but I think him in Atlanta would really be a good fit for multiple reasons. I think Kirk Cousins throwing to Drake London, handing the ball off to Bijan Robinson, and once again throwing to Malik Neighbors and Kyle Pitts. I think that's an offense that not many teams want to see. especially if he falls. I think he's projected to go, I want to say roughly 2 or 3 picks before this. He's great yards after the catch, and with that many players, you could do a lot of stuff in the offense like that, even with a guy like Kirk Cousins. My next pick, I like this pick a little bit better. A.D. Mitchell to the Bengals. They're most likely going to lose T. Higgins. I don't think they eat that cap, so why not replace T. Higgins with a younger version of himself? I think he's a great player that can high point the ball. He would be a great wide receiver to learn under Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. And with Joe Burrow, I think he could get the most out of him. They also lost Tyler Boyd, so I think they also need a wide receiver. Restack up on weapons. They also lost Joe Mixon as well. I just think it's two good weapons that both teams could really use to send them over the top or at least compete. So those are my 2 picks.
I like
receiver heavy.
those.
Wide
I like
receiver heavy.
those.
I really like your Bengals
Even though
pick.
you
I do
have
too.
Neighbors going to the Falcons, I just like Malik Neighbors, so I'm.
I understand that. I was going off like where I think their draft position will end up, and also what team I think could be a fit in that draft range. So I was looking at 2 to 3 picks up above or below where I could see them going, and that's where I got.
When I did my mock draft, I also thought about some of it wasn't where I think they should go, but where I just think they're going to go.
Okay.
Like I feel like sometimes it's like that. Like even though because I'm not the one actually making the decision,
Right.
so.